Okay, good morning to everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. First of all, let me recognize the Baltimore County Council Chair, Julian Jones. Thank you for being here. The President of the Community College of Baltimore County, Dr. Sandra Curtinitis. The Superintendent of the Baltimore County Public Schools, Verlita White. Members of our CCBC Board of Trustees, thank you for being here. They get a clap too. And we have members of our Baltimore County Workforce Development Board. Thank you all for being here. So in almost 8 years as county executive, I've had the opportunity to watch not only our staff grow, but watch our staff's children being born and watch our staff's children grow up. And we have an office assistant in my office who is a working mom and works hard and is struggling to raise her kids. And we've had discussions over the years about what her children's future will be. And she was always very fearful about the ability of her children, and like any parent, you want your children to do better than what you had. She wanted to make sure that her children had an opportunity to actually go to college because she never did. And she always felt that it was just going to be a struggle. And we've talked about it over the years, and we were just thinking of, of ways that we could improve the lives not only for her children, but for everyone's children who are in similar circumstances. So her daughter Gabby is now a student at Loch Raven High School, and the closer we were getting to this graduation date, the more it weighed on Gabby's mind. So with that inspiration, ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to announce today the Baltimore County College Promise Program. This program is a scholarship that enables college-ready students who can't afford college to get a degree from the Community College of Baltimore County debt-free. We've worked very closely with Mrs. White and her staff and Dr. Curtinitis and her staff to come up with this program, but I wanted to give you some adjectives in which we were trying to describe this program. We describe it as transformative, inspiring, life-changing, and offering opportunity. So our college promise is transformative because it offers this transformative new need-based program, which will begin this fall semester, allowing someone to cover all CCBC tuition so that eligible Baltimore County residents can complete an associate's degree or a workplace and certification program for free. Our college promise will be life-changing for those recent high school graduates from low or moderate income families for whom college and its lifelong benefits might otherwise be out of reach. It's a promise that opens up the opportunity of a lifetime of higher earnings and a better quality of life for them and their children. So in Baltimore County, we're so proud with our K through 12 public school system where we try and assure that the quality of a child's education is never dependent on his or her zip code. Neither should a family's current income keep a student from getting a college education and pursuing their dreams. So studies show that the average CCBC associate's degree graduate working to their full potential will see an increase in earnings of over $10,000 a year. Multiply that times their lifetime. And in addition, we think that the Baltimore County College program will also increase college graduation rates, which as an added incentive. And it promotes a stronger economy by, and this is where our workforce folks would appreciate, enhancing the skills and job readiness of our county's workforce. So what we've tried to do is to recognize that a better educated labor pool increases the overall attractiveness of the region to our employers. And that in turn fuels economic growth, prosperity, and overall quality of life for everyone. So this is a vital investment in our future, but it's a smart investment. We expect it to pay dividends for a generation. In the first year, starting this fall, we anticipate 1,100 students will be eligible. And that's going to cost us less than $1 million in that first year, and a little more than $2 million by the time we have multiple years already enrolled. But it's a great return on investment from the county. And these funds will come entirely from the Baltimore County operating budget, which will be presented to the County Council for approval starting this April. So the College Promise Scholarship is calculated as a last dollar in award, meaning that it is applied after all other financial awards like Pell Grants and state aid, but not including loans, have been utilized. So we think it's a great investment here. I'm very excited for all the hard work everyone has done to make this work. I'm done with the math. Now I'm going to move over to sociology and logistics and let our CCBC president, Dr. Sandra Curtinitis, offer more details about the how and the why of our College Promise program.
You know what? I've been smiling since I got up this morning. This is one of the best things that has happened to us at CCBC. I mean, lots of good things happen to us all the time, but I am just, boy, I couldn't be happier or prouder to be a part of the Community College of Baltimore County today. I couldn't be happier or prouder of our county executive and our county council for actually bringing leadership to an impressive program like this. There are maybe 20 of them across the country. And you see with the large number of our trustees that are here, I mean, we are all behind this and we are all loving it, I will tell you that. We started the morning down at Martin's East with a scholarship breakfast where we had a chance to say thank you to our donors. You know, in a given year, perhaps between private scholarship funding and college funding and some state funding and so forth, maybe we can reach about $2 million, $2.5 million in scholarship money. But we have 62,000 students. And if you think about how far that doesn't go, and then you think about adding a component like the Baltimore County Promise program, that just swells my heart with joy. And I like the way we're presenting this. This is a last dollar in, so a student who graduates from Baltimore County resident in Baltimore County at public or private high school or homeschool, 2018, 2017. This is a sort of targeted program to see how meaningful this can be for students who are college ready. And I want to emphasize that again, because this is not about giving everybody an opportunity. This is about giving those students who are college ready and yet might not be able to attend even CCBC full-time. And I say it that way because in reality, be a full-time student at CCBC is about $3,800 a year, way, way lower than Towson and Hopkins and so on and so forth. But my point is that after all the funding that a student might be eligible for is put in place, there still is usually a debt to pay. And to keep students from having to take loans, whether they do it through the college or whether they do it through grandmothers or whatever, to be able to have a population that would ordinarily, by the time he or she finishes CCBC, have a debt to pay, to be able to avoid that is an extraordinary gift. And you know who this will help? People who are at the lowest end of our economic spectrum will be Pell eligible. They will have access to Pell dollars for tuition, for fees, for cost of living. I mean, there's just a lot that goes with that, and we love that that's available. But it's that group, and I will say it this way, and it will sound odd, the group of students whose families make too much money to be eligible for Pell, but not enough money to actually be able to attend the Community College of Baltimore County as a full-time student. That's who this special commitment from our county will help enable. And if you think about the words the county executive used a few minutes ago, the investment in our communities, so think about the ROI that's attached to something like this. For a very small investment, we will see over the years an extraordinary return on investment. Because right now, 89% of our students have to attend part-time. They can't afford to come full-time. Many of them have families, yes, many of them work full-time, but 89%. So even if a few hundred of these students, maybe 400 or 500, I love to think it's 1,100, even if only a few hundred students can actually be full-time students, that is a gain for those students and their families. It is a gain for the college, but let me tell you, it's an extraordinary gain for our communities, because we know out of those 62,000 students, 97% of our graduates will remain to live and work right here in the Baltimore region. Who else can make that claim? Nobody. Nobody. So that's why we are excited about this. And I'm so proud of the fact that pretty soon I'm going to be able to stand next to my colleagues across the country who have promise programs and be able to say to them, we do too. Because our county executive and our county council is enlightened and understands that a very small investment will produce very large gains. So I will just say, this is a gift that will keep on giving. That's a cliche, but nobody's used it in this context. We're democracy's colleges. We welcome everyone, and especially those who fall into that gap of not having the kind of family support or scholarship need that actually puts them into a position of having to take one class instead of two classes instead of three, maybe 3 classes instead of 4. So with that, Mr. County Executive, I want to just say on behalf of our trustees, on behalf of the college, all of us here, faculty, staff, and administrators, we are very grateful to you. And Councilman Jones, please take back our gratitude to the council. It's wonderful when we can all wrap our arms around something, and it doesn't matter what our politics are, it matters that we all care about our people. So with that, thank you very much.
All right, Dr. Curtinitis, it's not a gift, it's an investment. That's the difference here, because we know that the majority of CCBC graduates remain in Baltimore County. And of course, when they do that, they buy homes and they get income. And of course, we get property tax and income tax from that. So the more successful our population is in terms of having that opportunity for a degree means that the county thrives even more, and we can keep reinvesting back into our county. So with that being said, and by the way, Dr. Curtinitis, you know that we are so proud of the work of CCBC. I want you to be able to brag. You already have bragging rights throughout the entire state, but we're now trying to make sure you have bragging rights throughout the entire country. So keep up the good work. I do also want to recognize, speaking of bragging rights, one of our own homegrown superstars who has spent virtually her entire educational career from kindergarten through now, our Superintendent of Baltimore County Public Schools, Verlita White.
So good morning. Good morning. It is an honor and pleasure to be here this morning. Dr. Kurtnitis, I was excited this morning as well. We should have been texting each other or something this morning. So this is a wonderful opportunity for our students. Again, when we talk about students graduating college and career ready, this is really what we mean. And think about the quality of life that our students have when they have that post-secondary opportunity. And think about how that stress impacts the quality of life throughout for families. Families start having these conversations about colleges when their students are usually about in middle school, and they have those, what I call those kitchen table conversations. Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? And how are we going to pay for it, right? And so many students who had the trajectory and had the opportunities that I've had throughout life, I know that those conversations are real. And those conversations affect how people live, they affect the stress levels in their lives. And so when we have a college promise this way, then we reduce that level of stress, not only for the students, but also for their families who worry, mothers and fathers who worry day in and day out about how they're going to pay for their students' college education. And so we want to make sure that our students are college ready and that they are ready to take on these opportunities. But this has everything to do with persistence through college. Many times it has everything to do with perseverance. And so we're just so grateful for our county partnerships with our county executive support and county council support as well. We're also grateful for our partnership with CCBC. We already have students who take advantage of our college programs even before they graduate. So I see a lot of heads nodding here. Even before they graduate, many of our students are taking college courses, and they're getting those college courses under their belt as a prerequisite as they're walking that line, and they're walking toward college after post-graduation. So we're proud of them, and we want to continue to support them. And so this type of partnership is essential. We are doing fabulous things in Baltimore County and throughout our county, not just in Baltimore County Public Schools, but through our community colleges and through all of our agency partners as well. So we're proud of this opportunity, we're grateful for it, and I know that our students and our families are grateful for it as well. Thank you so much.
Mr. Chairman, thank you for being here as well. Is there anything you want to add? Okay.
What kind of chairman would I be if I did? Thank you so much for having me. I thank everyone for coming. Again, I'm Council Chairman Julian Jones, and I am ecstatic. And if I could do backflips, I would. If I could do it and not get hurt. But I'm just so excited about this program because it is clearly something that will change people's lives. I can speak for myself, working my way through college. It wasn't like I wanted to work my way through college. It's that I needed the money to go to college. So this program will change people's lives, and I think it's money well spent. And I'm just ecstatic to be a part of it. And I just want to thank everyone who brought this program to fruition, because a good education means so much to people, and it'll change their lives, it'll change our community. I always say smart people don't do dumb things, so we can cut down on crime, we could just do all sorts of things here. So thank you so much for coming out today. I want to thank everybody involved in the program, and I look forward to the results of being able to tell people that there's no reason for you not to be able to go to the community college. I always thought that the community college was one of the best deals we had in Baltimore County. in terms of your return on investment. It doesn't get any better than free. So thank you very much, and God bless y'all.
So, Mr. Chairman, let me just mention there were two people who had tears in their eyes when we set up this announcement for today. One of them, Mr. Chairman, was one of your colleagues, Councilwoman Bevins, who didn't have this opportunity when she was growing up, and she was particularly excited that we were going to announce this at CCBC Essex. The other person who had tears in their eyes was Gabby. And Gabby is now thinking about not only about attending CCBC, but she's also thinking about what she's going to do at CCBC. So she wants to get involved in real estate. She's thinking about a business administration degree. She wants to become a real estate appraiser or obtain salesperson certificates. She knows that she now has a whole new world of opportunity as a result of this program. So listening to both of their stories helps me really recognize that we can really do great things in Baltimore County. Thank you all so much. Any media questions?
Hi, Elizabeth Lee from the Sun. I was just wondering, you all talked about this being available to students who are college ready. Does that mean it would not be available for students who need to take remedial classes?
The program requires a student to have obtained a 2.5 GPA in high school, and that's our definition of college ready.
Okay, so if they haven't passed that.
Yeah, the whole idea here is to find those individuals who have demonstrated a capability to succeed educationally in high school, and that's our best bet that they're going to do well in college as well.
Mr. Chairman, Superintendent, Madam President, you want to answer that?
Well, I think the answer is actually, you're correct. College ready, 2.5 high school GPA means no need for remediation. It means you enter as a college ready student. And remember, the real value here is somebody finishes in 2 years. Those who need remediation to get college ready, and many do, it's a legitimate need, but that's how I would add.
Then a follow-up to Berlita White in that regard. Do you think, Berlita, that pushes students, if they know that if they are going to take, if they're ready to pass the Accuplacer, then they're going to have 3 colleges opposed to, does that give them a motivation to do that?
Absolutely, it's a good motivation. I mean, think about it. If you already know what's at the end of the rainbow, that will absolutely propel you forward. So it's a motivator while they're in high school, and it'll be a motivator post-high school as well.
Now, of course, I also have to give that extra plug. Baltimore County Baltimore County Public Schools, our graduation rates are going up every year. We now exceed the state average, approaching 90%, and importantly, we have no disparity in the graduation rates between black and white students. So we think we are graduating a lot of college-ready students. Now we're addressing the financial limitations that prevent them from pursuing a post-high school degree.
Mr. Chairman, so how can the county afford the cost of this program without cutting other places in the budget or without raising taxes?
Well, I've been in office now for almost 24 years. We've never once raised the income tax rate or the property tax rate while still maintaining the highest credit ratings from all 3 agencies. We view this as a great investment and return on investment. So that's why it's carefully tailored to attract those students who we think will be the most successful but are income limited to achieve their goals. So we think this is a great investment for these children, but an investment that will continue to build a very strong county.
And how will the county monitor this program to ensure that the right students are getting the right amount of money?
Well, when we say the right students, there's just an eligibility grid. Like anyone, they have to make a federal application for student loan, and we're able to monitor. We know what they've done in high school because we have that transcript, and then we know what they're doing each year in college because that will determine whether they're eligible to continue to receive the aid. Okay, thank you all. Good day.